Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Time to stop hiding. Get ready to rise. Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Time to stop hiding. Get ready to rise. Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Time to stop hiding. Get ready to rise. Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Time to stop hiding. Get ready to rise. Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Oh, rise. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Get ready to rise, get ready to rise, get ready to rise, rise, rise. Get ready to rise, get ready to rise, get ready to rise, rise, rise. Time to stop hiding. Get ready to rise. Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Time to stop hiding. Get ready to rise. Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Time to stop hiding. Get ready to rise. Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Time to stop hiding. Get ready to rise. Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Oh, rise. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Get ready to rise. Get ready to rise. Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Get ready to rise. Get ready to rise. Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready to rise, rise, rise. Oh, rise. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready to rise, rise, rise.
Good morning, ladies. How are you all? Welcome to Motivation Monday in the Get Ready to Rise house. If you are watching from the Confidence Mentors, I've streamed in there also, just because I think this is a really important topic to kickstart the start of Mental Health Awareness Week. So we will be discussing how to manage triggers whilst you're working. So we're talking to the gorgeous Molly Murray. Molly Murray is a writer and a transformation coach. In her former life, she was a spoonie, a chronic warrior, and a survivor of severe trauma. Now she helps people heal from trauma and manifest a life they love through manifest healing. She writes middle grade fantasy that builds bridges and creates a sense of wonder and empathy. Her pieces are widely published, including by Litro, the Wayfarer, the Curlew, and many others, including Third Wednesday, where she will never forget when her poem was on the page after Ted Kooser's. One of her poems was nominated for a 2019 Pushcart Prize. She's also the author of Misdiagnosis, a collection of poetry about life with chronic illness. So please join me in welcoming Molly this morning. Hello, my gorgeous.
Oh, good morning, lovely. It's so nice to see you. So nice to be here. This is my favorite way to start the day.
Yeah, we have Lizzie who's joined us. Morning, Lizzie.
Hello, Lizzie.
We have two other people watching, but I'm not sure what their names are. Ladies, if you're watching, there's a link to the StreamYard in the post. That way, if you just click on that, we'll be able to see who is watching, and we'll be able to address you accordingly. So, this is a topic, isn't it, Molly?
Right.
What made you want to talk about this topic today?
Oh, well, it's so present. I mean, triggers come up for everyone, and it was something I dealt with a lot when I was in the workforce. And I remember in the very beginning, I was having panic attacks when I worked in Seattle and had a lot of traumatic things happen. And honestly, I didn't know what a panic attack was at that point. I was just like losing control of my body. I couldn't tell what was going to happen. It was like, what is going on with me? I didn't know anyone who talked about it. I didn't read anything that talked about it. I was just like, I had no idea what was happening to me and why I would lose control like that. And I just had to like really start learning kind of from the bottom up about how to help myself heal through these. And so it made me realize this is such an important topic that I want to help other people with as well, because it's here, it's present. And if you're dealing with triggers in the workplace, like it can get in the way of everything. And then you're not going to perform as well, which can impact your career ultimately and your life. So yeah, it's important.
It is so important. And not just in the workplace. Obviously, a lot of people are working from home, working in silo, but also connecting with people on a day-to-day basis. And we've all gone through a hell of a lot. Hi, Sandy.
Absolutely.
Hi, Tasha. I can hear feedback. I can hear myself twice. Can everybody else?
Oh, I can only hear you once. Am I coming through okay?
Yeah, you are. Yes, and you know, sorry, Lizzie. Oh goodness, they are a killer of all confidence, joy, and productivity. Absolutely. Slight feedback. Okay. I apologize for the slight feedback, ladies. There's not much I can do about that right now. So let's just stick to what we were doing. Yeah, and it's important to talk about this because as we are trying to control our own emotions while still working, we're going to be triggered by all kinds of things, aren't we? Do you have any tips for anybody that does find themselves triggered a lot throughout the day?
Absolutely, yeah. And I know like people tend to get so stressed out at work, like there's triggers coming from everywhere. But especially after COVID, I think dealing with people is difficult. And so if you are panicking or dealing with triggers right at that moment, say you're on the phone to someone, they're saying something pretty triggering, and either you can't talk, you don't know how to respond back. The first thing is to think is like a little mindset tip to remember that this person is projecting from their own trauma. And they're probably projecting badly. They might be being bullying or taking their stress out on you or anger. You never know what it is, but remember that it's actually very little of it is about you. It has to do with their childhood and with this last year of COVID and probably with their own family and their mourning. And I would say it's like 99% about everything else going on, maybe 1% about what is actually going on in the discussion. But if you kind of just take in that bullying and like let it seep into you, you're depriving them of a chance to heal and you're depriving yourself of a chance to heal, you know? So kind of put up an emotional shield so that you will be okay through that. And remember, like this kind of mindset shift can be really helpful to think, you know what, this is not about me. This actually is about them. If they're kind of angry on the phone. So that's like the first one. Also, always carry with you, like, you can just take a moment to breathe and use some grounding techniques. So grounding is when you come home to your body, come home to your senses. And this is really helpful if you're kind of hyperventilating or just kind of stressed out and can't think, your mind is everywhere. You know the feelings, what's happening in yourself if you're triggered, you know what's going on. But so you want to ground yourself. And so this is where you use your 5 senses to kind of come home to your body and look around and notice 5 things you can see. Notice 4 things you can hear. Notice 3 things you can feel. 2 things you can smell. 1 thing you can taste. And just do that until you're kind of home in your body. I used to take with me in my purse, I would carry like some nice pictures with me. Like I'd always have them on my phone, just your screen or whatever. I'd also have shells or leaves, maybe like some pine, something to smell. So you get like that natural feel, and that can be really helpful. Or like your favorite perfume, anything like that. I'm all for essential oils. I don't want to tell people to use their chemicals because that actually makes the panic worse. But yeah, you just need to ground yourself to come home into your senses. And then when you breathe this in for a few minutes, you'll find that, you're able to go on and to deal with what's going on that day. Yeah.
And it could be anything for an individual, right? Some people like doodling, some people like to write, like yourself. It could just take in that time to whatever feels right for you, whatever feels like you can come back to center. As you like put it so lovely, come back home. That's what it is, isn't it? It's just coming back home to self. I love that.
Reconnecting, realizing I'm okay, I'm present. I can take care of myself, because it's bringing up times we felt unsafe in the past, right? So you have to know, you're safe right now. You can trust yourself to take care of you.
Yeah, absolutely. So what are your favorite things to do to come back home?
Oh, okay. Well, let me share one of my favorite breathing techniques, because I love breath work. And this is like so powerful. Our breath is so powerful. It's just amazing. It's incredible what oxygen can do for your body. So I'd say breath work is like my top tip ever. And so this is a fun little one, because you can do it anywhere, like quietly. You could run off to the bathroom if you're like in public, or you can just do it at your desk. But put your hands up on your collarbones. This is called butterfly breathing. And I learned that this is like an important meridian that kind of, let's see, what should I say? It's kind of like a pain point, but it's also like a receptive point where you can really make an impact with your body. So you put your hands on your collarbones and just start kind of fluttering your fingers. And you can go fast, you can go slow, but you want to kind of match it to the pace of your breathing. And then let's breathe in 4 counts. We'll hold it 4 counts, and then we'll breathe out for 4 counts. So we'll start really slowly. So I think that was more like 8. But that is just incredibly kind of relaxing. And it's also like when you're done, give yourself a little hug. Like tell yourself, I love you. I'm proud of you. You're doing a great job. Like kind of get those endorphins flowing. It feels really good.
I love the count. I use the
Doesn't
count
it feel
of 4 myself.
amazing? Like, do
Yeah,
you
it
love
does.
that?
I've really been getting into like using the 4 like as my guidance. The number 4 is my
Mhm.
guidance when it comes to breathing, and it's just changing my life. And I've realized I'm actually being more, I can't get my words out this morning, more mindful of my breathing on a day-to-day basis rather than just waiting for my meditation. And just your energy is just, it just changes. You know, you feel more uplifted, your concentration improves, clarity, and your focus, and then you're able to handle these triggers throughout the day more effectively, right?
Oh, it's so
Because
right.
you
You
just,
expressed that all so well.
yeah, just learning to connect. Quite often when I became conscious of the fact that I wasn't breathing properly, it was a real eye opener to me. Like, it's like, my gosh, girl, you just breathe. And now I encourage my son to also be mindful of his breathing. He loves to join me in meditation anyway, but
Oh, that's lovely.
to be doing that. So I'm encouraging him to be more mindful of it so that he doesn't get to a certain age and then discover breathing techniques. It's like if we can
Right?
encourage them from a younger age, then they'll have less trouble in trying to manage their stress.
What an amazing gift to give him. Like, can you imagine having had these tools through high school or through all those times that were so
Yeah,
triggering, you know? I think it can just honestly change the world if our kids have these tools, because then they'll miss a lot of that painful part of growing up. You know, they'll just be able to like have such, you know, they'll go through hard things, but they'll have be like light years ahead if they know
yeah,
how to take care of their own bodies and how to
yeah,
come home.
yeah. And I
Yeah,
think
that's
it is
amazing.
registering because I'm not poorly often, but last year I was poorly a couple of times, and he would come to me and like put like a flannel on my head and say, "Breathe, mama," you
Oh
know,
my goodness.
just breathe, mama. And so it's good. It's nice to know that they're picking things up. They're like sponges, aren't they? So it's
Yes.
important that we give them the right things to absorb.
Oh,
Not
that's
always
just
perfect,
amazing.
is it? As we know.
No, but that's what an amazing child too. He's so like, I love all your posts about him. But it's
Yeah.
amazing to see him picking up those things that you know are going to help him so much in his life.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
how
he needs
beautiful.
it because it's been tough for him and like most
Yeah, going
children.
back to school for all these kids, like any hints we can give them to help them throughout their day.
Mm,
And this is a great one for kids to do because it's so tactile, you know, they can like
mm.
really get into it and experience it.
Yeah, I'm going to incorporate this now.
Yeah, and they like the
Definitely.
little image of a butterfly too.
Yeah. Oh, it would probably be like a dinosaur or something for Luke.
Yeah,
Butterflies
T-Rex
are
with
too
like the tiny
girly.
hands.
Oh, that's amazing. And so what else do you have? Do you have anything else planned for Mental
Yeah,
Health
well, I was
Awareness
gonna
Week?
say, if you're still feeling that heavy energy, you know, from a tough interaction with someone, a lot of times you just feel like their energy coming onto you, especially if you're empathetic. And I think we're
Mm,
all pretty much empaths at this point. So I want you to just take a few moments of silence and like kind of visualize that heavy, dark energy. And you'll probably
mm,
feel it at a certain point in your body, maybe on your chest, in your heart, in your waist. Like, honestly, you'll know where it
mm,
is in your neck a lot of times if someone's trying to silence you, or like
mhm,
your throat.
mhm,
Um, and so I want you to see there, to visualize that energy and to see it as kind of like an orb or a funnel. And you'll see it's like kind of this orb of, or I guess that's more of like a cylinder of black light. And
mhm,
then just feel into that and breathe into that space. And it might take 5 seconds, it might take 5 minutes, but you will see the light coming in and like all the darkness disapparating. And it's
mm,
really amazing. But that can really help you, give you release from
mm.
a tough interaction. And this is
Absolutely.
also so good because it'll help you get ahead and to release that heavy energy so that you can be kind of ahead of the curve next time. So you're not
Yeah.
just being beat up by everyone's energy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find movement really helpful as well. I'm on
Mhm.
Caroline Kauf's program, her Rave to Freedom program. So she puts on like a rave for us. But
Oh,
it
it's
starts off with a
amazing.
meditation, and she builds it up with empowering tunes, and that moving your body just releases. I think over the past, I'd say 6 months, I've been quite conscious that I'm holding a lot of stored energy around my womb
Mhm.
area. And so in my morning meditation now, I've started to incorporate a little bit of dance. Like, I don't have time to be dancing all morning, but just 5 minutes of dance, but really feminine dancing, and really focusing on moving my waist and allowing that energy to move through my body. Dancing like nobody's
Oh,
watching,
wow.
'cause nobody
That's
is
so
at that time in the
powerful.
morning. But I
That's
am
amazing.
feeling a lot looser. I'm feeling a lot less. My root chakra doesn't feel like it's burning now, because that's what it
Uh-huh.
felt like at one point. And yeah, it feels
Wow.
beautiful.
That's so powerful. What an amazing way. I was so inspired by your morning routine. I was like, wow,
Oh, I'm on the
incredible.
start. I mean, I've always done a morning routine, but like I'm on the start of like really being consistent about it and understanding
Mhm.
why it's important for my lifestyle. Everybody's different, and everybody
Mhm.
can't do a morning routine, but it is important to try and inject like moments of self-care throughout the day. We can all
Oh,
grab
so
those
right.
pockets,
Mhm.
definitely.
Yeah, and like what you're saying about the movement, like you kind of take these techniques and adapt them to you, and you'll find what works. You'll find what helps you to bring home, and kind of which senses appeal to you most, so
Mhm.
that you can do that more quickly. Or once you're in tune with your body, these triggers will kind of start to disappear.
No, definitely. It's also like an act of self-love, I think, when women like dance by themselves and really connect to every part of the body that we
Mhm.
don't necessarily use on a daily basis, because we're so like
Mhm.
bent over
And
our
you take your
laptop.
space.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Bent
it's
over
like,
our laptops. Like, I've decided to stand up now whilst I'm working. So I've got a stand-up desk so that I can, move my body, and I'm not so folded into it throughout the
oh, that's
day,
amazing.
which of course traps that energy. So
Mhm.
I'm just making little
Yeah.
little changes in my life.
Oh, I love that. I was watching a TED Talk last week by Amy Cuddy, and
Mm.
about it's like the most watched TED Talk ever. It has like 50 million views, but it's power poses, like how making this 2-minute change can like change everything about your life. And so,
Mm.
doing the Wonder Woman pose, or kind of
Yeah,
standing up and taking up room, like guys
yeah,
do.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
women don't do that as much. Like, oh,
No, no,
sprawl,
no.
like. And do you think of kind of like this douchebag energy? So you think of like a guy doing that, like taking up a table. But if you take that
Like
kind of
that.
just the power, it's good. Yeah, take up your space, like, and you feel it in your body, and then it reflects in like your energy as well. It's just amazing.
Definitely. Yes, you do, Sandy. I've seen you do the Wonder Woman pose.
Mhm.
Badass.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Oh, thank you so much, Molly. Those are some great tips there.
Oh,
Some
thank you
great
so much. I
tips.
hope they can help people in
Yeah.
whatever you're dealing with along the day.
Yeah. What do you have planned for the rest of the week?
Oh, I'm gonna start working on my course, like my passive course. I'll be like filming and kind of diving into that. So this is
Yeah.
really great to kind of get me into the mood and get me into gear.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, it is Mental Health Awareness Week, but we should be
Mhm.
mindful of our mental health on a daily basis. But it's great that this week brings, that awareness, especially
Mhm.
for people who struggle to talk about their mental health, who don't understand um, how to help themselves through the process, as well as seek help. As we all know, help is very limited at the moment, just because there's so much going on and so many people need that help. So to find ways that you can heal yourself until you get that professional help is so important.
Absolutely. And it's so important to just come home to yourself and start building that relationship with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, thank you. Just going to bring up Lizzie's
Thank you
comment.
so much for having me this morning. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful, Lizzie. I'm so happy.
You're welcome, lovely. Thanks, ladies. Remember to look. Sorry, I'm really distracted because I can hear myself twice. Have a beautiful week, ladies.
You too.
Thank you so much, Molly.
Lots of love. Take care. Bye bye.